Hi there, it's Christian from Retreats in Your Home, coming to you today from Cranley House in the north of Devon. Today we're going to show you how to make the liver flush solution. Now this isn't the liver gallbladder flush solution that you have on the last night of a liver gallbladder cleanse. This is a daily drink that's really good for purging out the liver, and this is a drink that I have and Beck has every day, so I'm going to show you how to make that. So here we have the ingredients that go into it, and these items here will come to afterwards. So what have we got here? First of all, ginger, about a thumb size or a little bit more, again to taste. Ginger very good for the digestive system. Garlic, obviously very good antifungal. This is a wild garlic here in the UK, but this might be 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. Chili is very good for circulation, so it's an integral part of the flush. These are medium chilies, so I've got 2 of these. If you had hot chilies, you might just have 3 of the small hot chilies, again to taste, but definitely the more in there, the better it is for your system. And when you have fresh chili, it doesn't have that burn when on the way out that it does when you take it on the way in, and it dilutes very well with all the other products. Fresh lemons, we've got some organic lemons here that we've already washed. Normally it would be 2 medium to large lemons. These ones are a little bit smaller, so I'm going to go 2.5. And a large grapefruit. You can have pink or the other varieties. I like pink, it's a little bit sweeter. So again, all of these products have been washed. Probably the most important ingredient is a good olive oil. Lots of information about olive oil we could talk about, but definitely where you can get organic, get extra virgin, or get cold pressed, and find it in a dark glass bottle, or even better, one that's like metal. That means it hasn't been exposed to sunlight and then hasn't been reacting with it, because there is some information out there that you can actually get olive oil off the shelf that's already off, so we definitely don't want that. The olive oil is very important because that's what stimulates the liver to dump the bile contents into the stomach or into the colon to then be released out. Okay, so we're going to go through the process now of putting it all together. Oh, and obviously you need a blender. And well, you could do food processor, but we prefer blender because it does blend down to like a moussey type consistency, and the better blender, the better it will be. So we've got a Vitamix. You can use other types of blenders. It's not going to be a fluid, and you'll see that when we make it. Chop up the different parts. Now, how good your blender is determines how much you need to chop these components. So using a Vitamix, I probably don't even need to chop any of these, but I like to just put them into the quarters. Skin and all. Skin is good for the fibre, it's an essential part of it. Seeds, you name it, all blends down. And it actually tastes like a lemon mousse. That can be a little bit bitter, depending on your grapefruit. Again, with the grapefruit, you can see that's a nice pink consistency. They're my favourites. I'll just put that into 1/8 as well. Okay, that's right, I'm going to do an extra half a lemon. So I'm doing 2.5 lemon, normally it'd just be 2 large ones. And then with the chilies, I'll just chop them in half, but they'll blend down nicely. So that's all of the solid products in there already. Now we come to the olive oil, and I forgot to mention earlier, water. So what we want is 50 mils of olive oil per lemon and 50 mils per half of grapefruit. So I'm saying there's 2 lemons in there, and then also 2 halves of grapefruit. So all up, that's 200 mils of olive oil that I'll put in there. Pour that out, pour that in there straight away, and basically I just do the same amount of water to the same amount of olive oil. So 200 mils of filtered water in there as well. And that's all of the ingredients that goes in there. So now we'll just blend it and come back and have a look. Okay, so we've just blended it. So what we're looking for there is a good sign of a good blend is how well dispersed the chili flakes are. So you can see there's some nice fine flecks there, and it's also not too solid. So when I pour it out, you'll be able to see the consistency of it. So generally in a day, I might have about 3 tablespoons as a serving, so something like that. And you can see the consistency there. When you drink it or have it, you might want to add some more water if you like it a little bit creamier. So that's that there. It's a very good base for adding in other supplements if you are on a regime, especially if you take herbs. So I personally like to add in turmeric. I put turmeric in everything. So I would sprinkle in some turmeric on top of that as well. I also put cayenne pepper in everything as well because it's very good for you. We have our, I'm not advertising this brand, but we have colloidal minerals in liquid form, straight from the plant variety. So also we have that every day, and then we put that in the liver flush as well. Around about 2 tablespoons, very good to have every day. And depending if you're on other programs, like for example we run colon cleanse where we give people other herbs, so chomper and the power herbs also goes in there. The taste of the liver flush actually takes over any of the herbs. So that's the serving, and I would just then mix that in. And you can see there, so you can either drink that or eat that. I like to eat that. Storing it in the fridge, the more airtight container you have and the less exposed the surface area is to the air, the less that it will actually break down. So therefore, the smaller the containers, the better. So say for example this one, we would try and fill this up as much as possible, almost to the top. See how that looks to start. And that's not too bad, you can see the top there. So the less air in there, the less it breaks down, and I would do the same with another smaller container as well. That will last you about 7 days. Dosing, you can have basically as much as you want each day because just you saw the ingredients that's in there. But generally for us, we have a minimum once a day and maybe twice depending on how we're feeling. Very good meal replacement, so in the mornings we'll just have our green smoothies and liver flush, and that will keep us going up until lunchtime. So that's all I can tell you about liver flush, but if you have any questions or comments, and obviously email us or put a question in the comments section and we'll come back to you. Thanks very much. Bye bye.